Welcome to our new program today. We're going to dive into something super useful, mastering advanced English vocabulary to make a real professional impact. So, have you ever been in a big meeting or maybe a job interview and you feel like you're just using the same words over and over again? It's a super common feeling, right? But here's the thing, having a bigger, smarter vocabulary is honestly the key to sounding more professional and really making an impression when it matters most. And listen, the solution isn't to go out and memorize a dictionary. No way. It's all about learning some really smart, powerful synonyms for words you're already using. So today, we're going to look at upgrading your vocabulary, how to communicate with more impact, describe things like change and quality, power up your action words, and then we'll wrap up with your very own vocabulary toolkit. Okay, let's dive right in with our first upgrade. It's a simple one, but trust me, it's super effective. Okay, we all say show, right? All the time. It works, it gets the point across. But just look at the difference here. When you swap showed for demonstrated, the whole sentence just sounds, well, more formal, more professional. And that's the key, right? It's all about context. Demonstrate isn't just showing. It's like you're proving something with evidence. So it's perfect for presentations, for studies, or anytime you're dealing with data and you want to sound really sharp and on top of your game. All right, let's take that same idea and apply it to how we actually talk to people in professional settings, to really make an impact. Here's another classic, talk about. We say it all the time, and that's totally fine. But in a professional setting, just listen to this upgrade. Let's discuss the next steps. It just feels different, doesn't it? It has more weight. You see, talk about is pretty casual, but when you say discuss, it signals something more. It means you're about to have a focused, structured conversation. It kind of implies, hey, we're going to dig into this together, which makes it the perfect word for those important business meetings or when you're planning things out. Just a quick reminder, you're listening to Mastering Flawless English. Okay, let's jump back in.
Okay, now let's talk about descriptive words. This is where things get really interesting because picking the right adjective can totally change the entire feel of what you're trying to say.
Think about the word big. We probably use it a dozen times a day, but it's a bit vague. Now, if you swap it for significant, you're adding this whole new layer of meaning. A significant increase isn't just big, it's big enough to actually matter. It has consequences. But here's a really important rule for using significant. It's not about physical size. You wouldn't say, wow, that's a significant building, to mean it's tall. No, you use it for things like impact, or an effect, or an amount that's so large it changes things. That's the key. Okay, same idea with the word bad. Super general, right? But check out the power of this alternative. Saying smoking has detrimental effects on health. Wow, that hits a lot harder, doesn't it? Detrimental has a very specific meaning. It's causing harm or damage. And that's what makes it so powerful. In those more formal situations, especially when you're talking about something serious like health or policy, this word is incredibly effective. It sounds advanced because it's so precise.
And this whole idea of being precise, it's just as important when we talk about action words, our verbs.
Okay, how many times have you said get rid of? We all use it. They got rid of wasteful spending. But imagine reading that in a business report. Now listen to this. They eliminated wasteful spending. See? The word eliminate is just so much stronger, so much more decisive.
That's because eliminate implies it's gone for good. It's a complete, permanent removal. It's got this feeling of finality, which is exactly why it's so powerful in a professional context when you're talking about getting rid of problems or inefficiencies for good. Here's another one we say all the time. Got better. And for everyday chat, that's totally fine. But what if you're talking about health in a more formal way, or maybe even a medical setting? Well, there's a much better choice. The word is recover. It's the specific official term for getting your health back after you've been sick. Using recovered instead of got better just instantly makes you sound more precise and, more appropriate for that kind of conversation. So we've gone through some really great upgrades here. Now let's pull it all together and talk about how you can actually start using these words and feel confident about it. Okay, here are the 3 main things to remember. First, context is everything. You've got to use these words in the right place, like a meeting or a presentation. Second, use them for their impact, not just to try and sound smart. And finally, you just got to practice. Seriously, the more you use them, the more natural it's all going to feel. Because really, it's all about putting it into practice. So I have a question for you. What's one new word from today that you're going to try to use this week? Just one. Pick your favorite and look for that perfect opportunity to slide it into a conversation.
And hey, if you found this helpful, it would mean the world if you could take a second to subscribe, like, and share. That's really what helps this content get out to more people who might need it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.